For me, the American dream, it's to become the best version of yourself, uh, to help the collective family become the best version of who they can be, and to sort of work in community to make sure community becomes the best version of who community can be. And there's always forces against you. You know, power is not hanging in the trees. Power has to be grabbed. And somebody usually has it. And when they have it, they don't want to relinquish it. They don't want to let it go. So becoming that best version, it's always a mixture of a struggle and fun. So when you read Relentless, when you read Incansable, you see that constant struggle and fun that I had in trying to become the best version of myself, and everything that we did as a family and I continue to do as a community to become the best. I wish I could tell them to be patient, but if I would have been patient, I would have not accomplished lots of the things that I have been able to do in my life. And I know that when you're older, you're supposed to sort of tell younger people, you have to be patient, you have to be measured. You don't have to be any of that. You have to know what you want. And you need to have a plan on how to get there. And you have to be ready to change that plan when circumstances change. So I think if you're impatient, if you're hungry, if you have a plan, you could get whatever you want, knowing that there are going to be forces pushing you back. And you constantly have to be ready to fight those forces. We live in a racist society. I wish it was not, but it is. So you are righting wrongs as you're moving forward in trying to get your American dream. I have learned through life that every wave of immigrant that came before us and that are coming now face the same circumstances. They want to make sure they get a piece of the pie. They want to make sure their kids do better than them. They want to make sure that the family is in a better place. Whether that's a Jewish family that came 100 years ago, 75 years ago, or a Venezuelan family that it's arriving. The sad part about it is that the same way that Irish and Jews were treated decades ago, like if they were dirt, it's what we're doing with the Venezuelans that are coming to the country now. And then we have people like Trump and the Republican Party weaponizing immigration as the way to win votes, because they know that many immigrants forget in their second and third generation that their grandparents went through the same issues, and they want to close the door after them. We're not going to close it. It has never happened. It will never happen. One of the things you get in my book, I have always felt that you need to make sure your family is working, because it's the many families what makes a community. And we're talking so much about mental health these days because everything is disintegrated. And it is the totality of all of those functioning families, what makes a community. And I talked a lot about in the book on how finding my community and my place in New York where I felt like this is home. And of course, I needed to go back. What feels like the community I left in Puerto Rico? They may speak another language. They may eat different things. It may get very cold during the winter, but at the end of the day, finding home somewhere, finding a community, it's key to make sure you move forward.